Craig at Thought Provoker. We're here with Tabiso. He's a tech executive, and he's from South Africa. And he's just been telling me a little bit about how it is in South Africa and how it is in tech industry. And how long have you been in tech?
Yes, so I'm actually a solution architect, and I've been in tech for over 13 years now.
13 years.
SAP space, yeah.
Oh wow!
Years.
How do you like doing that?
It's amazing. It's amazing. You get to solve very interesting problems for very interesting people, and yeah, I love it. I love it. You get to see all sorts of things. Yeah.
Okay. Now, you said you're here for a conference for a couple of days.
Correct. Yeah. I'm
And
here for a SAP Insider conference. Yeah.
and so, what is the purpose of the conference?
So the purpose of the conference, actually, you get people from all over the world. They come and meet and talk about generally where tech is going from an SAP point of view.
Mm-hmm.
What are the new trends that are coming up? What are new things to watch out for? And those kind of things. So people generally come in and we share ideas around what's happening, how are we solving interesting problems and things like that. So it's a nice get together to sort of take a pause and reflect on where we're going with tech, because you get so busy working with clients and solving stuff, you don't really get to interact with your colleagues all over the world and see how they're doing their own stuff. So
I see.
Nice catch up. Yeah.
Now, this might be a stupid question. How do you feel artificial intelligence is going to affect your field of tech?
Yeah, that's a very interesting one, and we get that quite often, right? So artificial intelligence will definitely impact our field of tech. There's no running away from it. It's already happening, actually. But the nice thing about this is that we are in the forefront. We get to now shape how AI basically gets used in our space, in our environment. And we get to now set the tone in terms of how companies adopt this, especially from an employee relations and things like that. We get to set the tone and set up all these processes that make it possible for people to actually adopt IT and making part of their day-to-day work. So I'm excited about it. I don't think IT is going to take people's jobs in the long run.
I feel like a lot of people think that, like, when it comes to artificial intelligence, there's always some sort of fear that, people are going to be out of a job, that is going to take over everything for them. But where do you see the future of it, though?
So how I see it is that AI is not going to replace people. It's going to help you do your job better. So it's not going to come in and completely take away the stuff that you do. It's going to automate the mundane stuff that you don't like doing and allow for you to focus on the interesting stuff. Because remember, at the end of the day, it's still a computer. It's still code that's processing stuff in the background, and you as a human being, you've got way more to do than just the machine. So I feel like it's going to come in, it's going to automate a lot of the mundane stuff that we do, and it's going to help you do your job better, basically. That's how I do it, and that's how I approach things in general when it comes to AI.
Yeah, you got a point. I mean, I feel like people think that AI has a brain, but I mean,
it's not there yet. It's not there yet.
Yeah.
It's not there yet. Look, it's getting close, but it's not there yet. I think there's lots of value making use of it to automate stuff in your workplace and to get stuff done much faster and easier, but it's not going to replace you. It's really not there yet. Yeah.
What's it like living in South Africa, though?
It's amazing. Love it.
I hear nothing but great things about it.
I was actually talking to my wife today. I'm like, I'm enjoying this place. I'm loving it, but I miss home. Yeah. Look, it's great. SA is one of a kind. It's got just the right balance of being modern but still being affordable and everything else. So I just love the place, man. The people as well. We've got lots of nice, friendly people. It's great. We've got 11 official languages in SA. So,
oh wow.
Yeah, exactly.
But if someone goes over there speaking English, they're going to be perfectly fine.
Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. English is spoken all over. Yeah.
I see.
You'll be absolutely fine. Yeah.
I see.
You must come visit. It's a very nice place.
You enjoy it. It is one of the places in Africa I want to go to. I also want to go to, I believe I'm pronouncing it right, Tanzania.
Tanzania, yes. Tanzania is beautiful.
Not only Tanzania, but Kenya, I heard good things about. Ghana, I heard good things about. Nigeria, I hear that's like a non-stop party.
Yep. Yeah, you'll definitely love it there as well. Yeah.
But as far as though your job is concerned, do you feel like the technological advances over there are the same as here, or more?
It's quite interesting. So I think it's a nice balance of. I think it's almost the same. I would say it's comparable. Just that maybe my opinion is biased because the company that I work for does a lot of work for international clients. So, yeah, so we do a lot of work for international clients, and honestly, speaking the truth, it's the same. There isn't, yeah, I don't feel like clients in other countries are doing stuff differently or more advanced stuff than we do.
Okay.
I think it's basically the same. Yeah.
And remind me again, because I've talked to people about what SAP is. Like, what is that type of business?
Okay, so SAP is very big. But basically, SAP they came up with your ERPs. So your ERPs are like your all-in-one solutions that companies implement, where you can do your payroll, you can do your HR, you can do your finance, you can do your customer relations, you can do all sorts of things. So it's those kind of suites. But they've recently now started moving to cloud, and they've implemented some of these things in cloud. I work more on the HR side, so
The HL side?
HR.
Oh, HR. Okay.
Yeah. So I deal with things like payroll, HR data, and stuff like that. So that's the space that I'm in. But SAP is much bigger than that. Like I mentioned, there's finance in there, there's CRM, there's all sorts of things.
And like, what are your goals moving forward?
Very interesting question. Yeah. So my goals moving forward, from an SAP point of view, look, I'm enjoying the space that I'm in. I don't think I want to leave the space that I'm in, but I think I want to move more into a less technical role, a more leadership type of role.
A more what type of role?
More leadership like type of role. So move out of the tech, because currently I'm very hands-on, and I love being hands-on, right? But the hours that you have to put in hands-on, and I've got kids now, raising a family, and I need to start thinking about being more available and making time for them. So
that is true.
Yeah, I'm contemplating moving out of the more technical role and into something more senior, looking after people and stuff like that. So
is that easy to do in your business?
Yes, it's actually very easy. In fact, I would say that as you mature and you gain experience, it's better for the organization for you to play that sort of role than to stick to being technical, because you've got so much more to offer, right? You can upskill people, you can help train people and stuff like that. So when you are purely just tech, I think sometimes you're not as useful to the organization, because you could be doing so much more in a higher position.
That is true. I mean, me being in sales, like I realized that you're much more valuable in a teaching and training position.
Yes.
And when you can duplicate yourself and teach people how to do what you do, but like even more so teach people how to teach people how to do it, you become more valuable to the organization that you're with.
Exactly.
And I feel like that gets forgotten about. Most people work jobs that they don't enjoy, and it's fortunate. Even someone like you really enjoy what you do. I can tell you sound passionate about what you do, and that's why you're going to succeed as much as you are.
Yeah. And look, moving into that role, I think it's hard, right? Because you have to give up the stuff that you enjoy doing, the day-to-day stuff, the nice challenges and all of that. You have to give up some of that, because as you change and you shift roles, your responsibilities change, and you play a different role. You look after people, and that is not easy. Yeah, that's not easy.
No, but I mean, it should. Like, I feel like when you're in that position, I mean, you being responsible for individuals, like you should get paid more. It might be difficult, but I mean, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, and that's something that everybody isn't qualified for.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah, 100%. That's very true.
That's good. Is South Africa a good place to raise a family, you said?
It is. It is amazing. Look, we've got issues with crime like every other place.
Oh, yes, every city.
Yeah, but it is amazing. SA is just great. It's perfect for raising a family. Get yourself a nice big house with a nice big yard.
I see on social media people talk about living in certain places out there.
Yes.
Rwanda's one of them. Where they talk about buying homes out there, and I feel like the homes are built differently out there.
Yes.
And I guess they're like built to like last a little longer.
Yes, that's true. So most places in Africa, I think we go for more solid concrete hybrid type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nice, right? And it's still affordable. Unlike here, I know that here housing is very expensive. That side, look, it's still affordable. It's becoming expensive, especially closer to urban areas and cities and stuff. But it's still affordable, and you can get yourself a really nice house with a really big yard, depending on what you like. For example, if you prefer being in the city and you don't like big yards and stuff like that, you can get that as well. That's available.
Mm-hmm.
If you prefer being a bit out and away from the hustle and bustle, get yourself a nice big yard, you can get that as well. So SA is just lovely, man. It's just the right balance.
And
definitely come visit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Love it.
Do you travel a lot for your work?
I used to, but not right now. Since COVID, it's been different.
Mm-hmm.
So since COVID, we've been working from home a lot, which is a plus for me because I get to spend a lot of time with family and get to pick up my daughters from school, drop them off, and that is just great. I love that. So yeah, since COVID, it's been working from home, and things have changed. I see that lots of companies are now going back to the office, but luckily for me, that has not happened yet. So
I feel like that's a good thing to have people in the office, to have people to be able to work with people and build with people. It all goes back to teaching.
Yes,
and training people. And yeah, I feel like having a hybrid system is probably the best.
I think so too.
With maybe the majority of it, with people working at the office, like maybe a 60-40 or 70-30 split. Because if you could do it that way, at least you do have time that you can spend with your family and everything like that. If you're in a field where you got like a lot of people there,
that's true. Look, it's you have to strike a balance, right? You have to sort of make sure that you still get that person to person at time, because there's lots of things that you get to pick up when you work with people, in person. It's very valuable. You get to pick up on a lot, and you get to share a lot as well. And sometimes you get stuck with stuff, and only to find that you could have just asked a colleague, and they could have given you the solution. So it's very valuable having that person to person type of relation, and we need that. But it's also nice to be able to spend time with family as well. Being able to do your work while you're seeing family, it's a blessing. You can imagine during your lunch break, you can go spend 30 minutes with your kids and your wife and talk about all sorts of things. It's refreshing. And even when you go back to work and you going into your next meeting, you're all smiles, you're happy because So I think it's striking that balance. I think the whole working from home thing, it was a nice surprise. It was good, and it showed companies in the world that, look, you don't really need people to be in the office all the time. You don't really need to watch people and micromanage people. People actually do way more when you give them freedom, and they deliver and they get things done. So
and you treat them as if you know that they're going to be they're going to do the job right. When you kind of micromanage people, that tends to cause people to do their job in a way that doesn't really, I guess you could say, make them more productive. I feel like they're less productive when you micromanage people. Some people need that freedom to be creative within their workspace too.
That's exactly, because when you micromanage people, you shift the responsibility from them to yourself, because they then leave it up to you. You decide that what must be done, what must be delivered by when. But when you empower people and allow for them to do the work, they take ownership, they take the responsibility, and that's when you get to see real drive. That's when you get to see people really pushing for things to be done and be done properly, because they know that it's theirs and they own it. So that's what I've seen, at least with this whole working from home thing. People who are more productive, people actually put in way more hours than they would if they were in the office. Like, for example, myself, if I go to the office, I literally spend around an hour and a half just on commute. So that hour and a half, if I'm home, I get to do that and put it into the work. And you tend to work more hours as well when you're working from home, because you're home after all, and you put in way more. So I think that there's lots of benefits to working from home.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, it's been great talking with you too.
Yes, it's been amazing.
Is there anything else you've been that you feel like you need to share?
Cool. That's awesome.
All
I
right.
can't wait to see the episode.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's going to be great.